Hello everyone, my name's Helen and I look after a team of consultants up near the Wangaratta area, from Wangaratta to the foothills of the mountains. And I'm just doing a very quick and easy thing for you today. It is the crispy bread with tapenade, however you say it. I often make the olive tapenade that's in the cookie dough, which uses lots of olives, and it's absolutely delicious. But I thought I'd try this one today for a variation. It's in the Planet to Plate book, and it's really handy because I've got this many olives, which isn't a lot. So there are a lot of other things in this one, whereas the other one is more a straight tapenade. So I love that you can always mix things up to however you like to do it. So I've brought it up today. It's also comes under crispy bread with tapenade is how it's listed in cookie dough. I'm not going to do the bread. I'm going to do a gluten-free cracker at the end to show you that option as well. The bread is very simply just a few simple instructions. Preheating the oven, and it's actually flattening the bread, so it's a really easy way to do a quick something for a dip if you don't have it. So I'm just going to go through, which I love being able to do because I don't want that first part, so I've just gone next. Now, I could also just bring up the whole recipe detail and go straight into that step, which is also great. So the first thing I'm doing is adding 100 grams of cheddar, cheese just cut into cubes, and 30 grams of capers, drained it says, but I've actually got these really great capers that are in a little gourmet packet thing, so they stay nice and semi-dried. There's a bit of salt with them, so there isn't any extra salt in this, so I'm hoping it's not too salty, but if there was salt added I wouldn't add any because I have a little bit of salt around my capers. That's all right. And 3 garlic cloves, which I did. I actually had a very large one, so I cut it in half. Normally I wouldn't worry about that, I'd go over the top, but given that this is a fresh dip, that's one time that I probably don't go too over the top. A little bit, I do like garlic. Okay, 3 garlic cloves, 100 grams of roasted pine nuts. Mine are quite well roasted, as you can see, and they're not pine nuts, they're sunflower seeds, because I didn't realise I still had a whole lot of sunflower seeds in my freezer and bought some more. So I'm not letting myself buy any more pine nuts until I use these up. They look very similar and they're not quite the wonderful flavour of pine nuts, but they're a lot cheaper, and that's what I'm using for a while. So it'll give the same consistency and have those nuts in there. And then we've got the 60 grams of pitted Kalamata olives to go in as well. So you can see it's very simple, very quick and easy. Pinch that from there, put the lid on, and we're just around a speed 7 for 10 seconds. Okay, it says it should all be done. Let's have a look and see what it looks like. Very nice. So that's quite a good stiff consistency. So you would serve that with your taste test. Nice, how easy is that? It's actually got some nice flavours in there. I would fancy also, it's cheddar cheese, but I would quite fancy feta cheese with that one as well, so you can always mix up what you've got. Now that was simple. I'm going to move on to my crackers. Cancel that recipe. I'm going into my weekly planner, which has got all these wonderful things in it. And there's this one's from Thermo and the Chef, the collection they've got on cookie dough. And it's called keto crackers, but it's a gluten-free and grain-free cracker. So I shall start cooking this by preheating my oven, which I'll do in 2 seconds. Done. And lining my baking tray. I'm actually going to use one of our baking mats so that it doesn't stick. That would be great. And now I've got these ingredients. So we're starting off here with 100 grams of Parmesan. These, I've made variations of these. I haven't made this one before, so I'm looking forward to it, but it's very similar to one that I've been making for quite a while, which was also from Thermo Foodie and the Chef. Okay, so we've got the Parmesan, and then flax seeds, 100 grams of flax seeds. So these are also called linseeds. Linseeds, flax seeds, same thing. And I love making crackers out of those. Very good. So we're going to mill those. Borrow my other. And round to speed 10. Now we've got 150 grams of raw almonds. I love cooking with almonds. Who does lots of things with almonds? And just blitzing those on speed 6 this time. Scrape that down. So it's looking a bit like that, so it's very, very crumbly. And we've got 3 eggs to bind it all together. Oops, and 150 grams of water. Sorry about that, forgot my water. $150. And just mixing that up. Just on speed 4 this time, just for 10 seconds. So that is quite a wet mixture. Mixing it up again. It's quite a runny mixture, so we will pour that out and hope it doesn't. Oh no, look at that. Now this is why it actually says to spread it out with your spatula. Spread to a thickness of 3 millimeters. So I'll just get all of that out. Anyone who's just gotten their Thermomix will very quickly become an expert at using the spatula in the bowl in between the ridges. Pretty quickly, you don't even think about, and become very proficient at getting everything out of your bowl. And always remember too the turbo function. If you do have a little bit left and you haven't managed to scrape it all out, or if it's a thicker mixture, pop it back on for 1 second and just hit the turbo, and that will fling the rest of it out for you. Now this is really easy. You can't see me spreading it. There we go. Very easy to spread. So I'm going to spread it out to the whole length of this plate tray, and then put some pumpkin seeds on top. And this will go into the oven and bake for about 15 minutes And then when it's partially baked that is when you take it out and cut it into the shapes that you would like it. I'm actually going to use our fabulous cracker roller, which is really good. You can see it's shaped into the wedges. So I will use that and I will show you how that goes. Okay, thank you, and I will see you later.